Hi all, welcome back to Model Mummy. Sorry there hasn't been any videos for a while. As anyone who follows my Instagram or my Twitter will know, Brody actually hasn't been very well. So I've been finding it very difficult to find the time to write or to record these videos. However, we're having a good day today. He's quite happy, so he should let Mummy record a video in peace. I put up a brand new blog about a procedure that I had done a couple of weeks ago, and then rather than going into great depth in my post, I thought it would be easier and probably a little bit quicker if I just recorded a video. So, a little bit of background. I have a 3-year-old son and I lost a lot of hair after the 3-year-old was born. That hair never really grew back, and my hairdresser had always explained to me that there was a risk of the same thing happening when I got pregnant again. So I kind of was expecting to lose some more hair. I wasn't expecting to lose it to the extent that I have. So after Brody was born, like literally if you were running your fingers through my hair, it was just coming out in masses. Went to see the GP, totally brushed off. Saw my hairdresser and he recommended a hair transplantation company based in Holland. The reason I chose Holland is just because it's a little bit cheaper than getting it done here in the UK, and if you look into hair transplants, they're not cheap, so it was just really to save a little bit of money. I haven't got great before pictures. This is obviously a month after, and I don't know if you'll be able to see, you know, more or less back to my ears on that side, and similar on this side. I've been told that the hair won't grow back. I either just learned to have no hair or this was the route I decided to go down. So I book up the hair transplant, and just a quick explanation of how it all happened. So the operation was in Holland. I had to fly out to there on a Monday night. I was picked up from the airport with a little sign with my name on it and taken to a really cute little hotel just 5 minutes from the clinic. The following morning I was picked up early, probably I think it was about 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning, taken straight to the clinic where I was introduced to the surgeon, who was a German guy. Very friendly, but quite sort of, you know, what German people are like, to the point, and that's how it is. So yeah, fine. And I hadn't really had a chance to decide if I was nervous or scared or excited. It just all happened really quickly. So I went through into like a surgical room and I sat on a bed, and he said, okay, we're going to begin by shaving your head. And I was like, oh my God, you're shaving my head. I didn't realise they were going to do that. So my hair was kind of separated up like this, and then they got clippers out and literally shaved a huge chunk out the back of my head. And I looked round and my hair was on the theatre floor, which was a little bit scary. After that, you're injected with local anaesthetic. I didn't see how big the needle is, obviously, because all this is going on behind me, but it felt big. But in a way, kind of similar to what they do at the dentist, so it was that kind of thing. And in fact, my head is still numb now. Anyway, so once you're numb, I opted for the strip method, where a strip of skin is taken from the back of your head and the hair is harvested from that strip, and then those hairs are used to be replanted. So you could literally feel them cut a rectangle in the back of my head, and to me it felt like they stuck forks in the skin and then peeled the skin off your head, which is awful. There was no pain at all, but it does feel just as you imagine your skin being peeled off the back of your head might feel. It was grim. So yeah, and then they started to stitch up where they took the skin and then they pull that closed and stitch it up. Again, there was no pain whatsoever, but you can feel each stitch being pulled through. You know, it was one long thread with lots of stitches. Those stitches had to stay in for 3 weeks, and they were taken out last week. Yeah, so all that happens, and then I was told to go and wait for 45 minutes, basically while they harvest the hairs. They said to me to go and have something to eat, and I was thinking, oh my God, I'm not going to be able to eat after that. Actually, I did. I went into a small office, had a sandwich and stuff, laid down for a little while, and then I was collected for the second part of the procedure. The second part of the procedure in some ways is easier, as you're able to lay back on a bed, because the first part you're just sitting upright with not leaning against anything while they're working on the back of your head. The second part you can lay on the back of your head while they work on the front of your head. So basically they inject saline under your skin, then your skin's numbed, and then they make all the little individual holes to replant the hairs back into, so that the holes are made by the surgeon, and then a team of nurses put the hairs in. It's quite a lengthy process. All in all, I think I got to the hospital about 8:30 in the morning, and I finished about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So it's a long day. It doesn't hurt, but it is uncomfortable, and it's just a little bit unpleasant. You know, when they're making the holes in the front of your head, obviously as they're working on your head, you can hear it. So it doesn't hurt, but you can hear each little hole being made in the front of your head, which is a little bit off-putting. Obviously, it has to happen. So I get sent back to the hotel with my painkillers and my sleeping tablet. The night wasn't great, it wasn't too bad, and the following morning I flew back to the UK. I was a little bit swollen, nothing ridiculous, and then the second day, or the first day I was home, the second day after the procedure, I woke up and I couldn't open my eyes. I was thinking, what's going on? And my eyes were so swollen, they were actually swollen shut. I called the doctors, and apparently I just was unlucky. I just had a bad reaction to the procedure, which then developed into 2 black eyes, and the swelling moved its way down my face. So for sort of the first 2 days it was my forehead, then it was the bridge of my nose, then around here, and then towards the end I literally had like jowls. I lost my jawline, and then after that it was all gone. So yeah, probably took, you know, a week or so to fully subside. I wouldn't have been able to go back to work during that time. I couldn't leave the house during that time. I looked pretty bad. But the second week, the swelling went down. You know, I was back to driving and running the kids around and all the usual things. And the third week, I actually went back to work. So, you know, it's quite quick recuperation. I've had my stitches out now, which is so much better. I can now lay on the back of my head, because before it felt like I was laying on a zipper. The only thing that's a little bit upsetting, when you leave hospital, you've got all the new hairs in place. Those hairs actually all fall out, and then you have to wait for new hair to grow. So I'm a month in, so I'm going to have to wait another 2 months, and then the hair will start growing. So probably in a year's time I'll have hair. But at the moment I feel pretty horrible, because I've got obviously still no hair around the front, and I'm also missing a big chunk of my hair from the back. So my hair's actually a lot thinner than it ever was. Hence the reason I've had to have it sort of cut off. But I'll keep you guys posted. That's where I'm up to with the hair transplant. If anybody's interested in where I had it done, I can give you all that information as well. Hope everybody out there is okay. But from me and Brody, this is a bye-bye, and we will see you later. Thank you.